Okay, so till now we have observed the core loss, that is eddy current loss and hysteresis loss. How to reduce the hysteresis loss? Hysteresis loss can be reduced by the proper choice of core material having high permeability and low losses. While eddy current loss can be reduced by thin lamination, usually 0.35 mm thick, and thin lamination, varnish insulated on both sides. And eddy current loss is also reduced by adding silicon, but not more than 4% of the entire core volume, otherwise material will become brittle. Okay. So both eddy current loss and hysteresis loss can be reduced in the fashion, and we will use the core of such a material whose losses are low and flux maximum operating flux will be high. Okay. So next loss is core loss. Now please observe, we also have a conclusion from the losses that if we change the operating frequency or if we change the voltage, then definitely as per the specified by the designer, then definitely the losses are going to be changed. So don't say that constant losses are not going to be changed. Constant losses will remain same only when you supply the machine at the specified voltage and specified frequency. If you change the rated voltage and rated frequency, definitely the operating voltage and operating frequency definitely the losses are going to be changed. And we have a way how to calculate. We can also separate the two losses from the simple test as we performed in the first question. Okay. Next loss is your core loss, copper loss. Copper loss is also called as a variable loss or also called as I square R loss. Okay. So when transformer is loaded, I square R loss occurs in both primary and secondary. Okay. So when transformer is loaded, I square R loss occurs in both primary and secondary. Since the resistance of a wire used in the transformer is dependent onto the operating temperature of the transformer. So in case if the temperature increases, definitely the resistance is going to be changed, and if the resistance changes, definitely I square R loss is going to be changed. For example, let us suppose we have one place which is very cold. Okay. We are using let us suppose somewhere in Shimla. The transformer is we are using transformer somewhere in Shimla where the temperature is very cold. So you can say the environmental temperature is very cold. So when the transformer is operating, then definitely the temperature rise because of the loss is going to be dissipated in the environment very soon. So you can say the wire temperature effect onto the wire is low. While if the same transformer is operated at the same level in somewhere Bikaner, which is very hot. So you can say, sir, the environmental temperature definitely going to affect the resistance, and therefore I square R loss is going to be changed. So if the copper losses is mentioned onto the nameplate in the format of R per unit, definitely that R per unit is under certain conditions. If the conditions are going to be changed, your resistance is going to be changed. Since the standard operating temperature of electrical machine is 75 degree centigrade, so these losses are calculated at 75 degree centigrade. However, we have a relation of resistance of a conductor, that is copper conductor, with the temperature. Okay. So in case if we know about the temperature rise or the operating temperature of the transformer, then also we can calculate the operating copper loss in a more accurate format. But presently we are just in the phase of introduction of transformer. So we take the R, that is resistance of the wire used into the transformer as a constant parameter, and that resistance is considered to be at 75 degree centigrade because the standard operating temperature of electrical machine is 75 degree centigrade. So these losses should be calculated at 75 degree centigrade for mentioning the parameters onto the nameplate. Okay. So please observe, copper loss when the transformer is loaded, copper loss occurs in both primary and secondary winding, and the resistance of wires are you can say, since the standard operating temperature of electrical machine is 75 degrees centigrade, so these losses should be calculated at 75 degree centigrade. Okay, now please see. So copper loss is what? Copper loss is, you can say, sir, this is proportional, or you can say, sir, this is equals to I square R equivalent, where R equivalent is the equivalent resistance referred to either HV side or LV side. So you can say, sir, R equivalent is treated as a constant, as we have kept the temperature constant. So copper loss is now proportional to operating current square. It means if the transformer is fully loaded, then the loss is said to be full load copper loss, and if the transformer is partially loaded, then the loss can be said as partial copper loss. So you can further say, sir, transformers are designed to operate at rated voltage. So if we are using the transformer at rated voltage, let it be a rated voltage to be a constant. That is, the transformer is always going to operate at rated voltage. If the transformers are operating at rated voltage, then you can say the copper loss is proportional to I square, and V rated is a constant. So in proportionality sign, you can introduce any parameter whatever you want. So you can say, sir, from this we can say copper loss is now proportional to operating kVA square. So in case if the transformer kVA is mentioned and operating kVA is mentioned, we can calculate the operating copper loss. For example, let us suppose a question. See, suppose we have a 250, consider this question, a 250 by 2500 volts, 50 hertz single phase transformer of 25 kVA has full load copper loss of 100 watts. If this transformer is operating at 3/4 of full load, then find copper loss. Okay, a 250 by 2500 volt 50 hertz single phase transformer of 25 kVA has full load copper loss of 100 watts. If this transformer is operating at 3/4 of full load, then find operating copper loss. Then find operating copper loss. Okay. Now please see. You can say, sir, since copper loss is proportional to operating kVA square, so one can say, sir, operating copper loss, let it be partial load copper loss upon full load copper loss is equals to operating kVA, that is partial load kVA, upon full load kVA, that is rated kVA ka square. So operating copper loss will become equals to 3/4 of full load square into 100. So you can say, sir, this will become 900 by 16, or it is better to say 0.75 square into 100. Okay, so 0.75 square into 100. We can easily find the operating copper loss. It is not needed to find the operating current, because if you find the operating current and then proceed, you will get the same answer. If we find the operating current, again please observe, if we find the operating current, you can say, sir, because this is a 25 kVA transformer, so operating current on HV side is say 10 ampere and operating current on LV side is 100 ampere. So if the load is connected on HV side or LV side accordingly, you can say, sir, the partial load current is 3/4 of full load current, voltage will remain same, so it cancels out and you will get the same answer. So better to go with directly kVA. So if the transformer copper loss is mentioned onto the nameplate in terms of R per unit, then you can find the copper loss under any operating kVA or operating conditions. Is it okay? Now see one more thing. This is important because copper loss, mainly we study two types of transformers on our transmission line, that is power transformers and distribution transformers, and both the constructions are different slightly, mainly in respect of operating conditions. See, power transformers can be operated on full load. How you can say power transformers are operated on full load, so that maximum power will be handled for which they are made. However, we can't operate a distribution transformer at rated voltage. We can't operate the distribution transformer at rated load, you can say. It means full load. So it means, let us suppose for a moment we have a 100 kVA load at the end distribution. Okay. So if I use a 100 kVA of transformer, then it will not operate at 100 kVA, because all the users are not bounded to keep their all equipments on all the time. Okay, you can't force the users to keep their equipments on. Let us suppose I am the user and I am taking a connection of 2 kilowatt. So a distribution company can't bound me to take 2 kilowatt, else we will charge extra. It is up to me, it is my need whether I need to on the fan, I need to on the AC or not. And in our country, most of the users are undefined. So we don't know if we are installing a 100 kVA transformer, maybe some of the undefined users that we use term say katiya. Okay. So if the undefined users come onto the load end, then definitely the load onto the transformer will be more than the rated, and in under such conditions your transformer will be cut off, you can say, because you can say protection equipments are already installed onto the transformer. So the transformer is not going to be damaged out, but the supply is interrupted. So soon as the undefined users comes into the picture, the supply is interrupted, and again same things will going to be happen. So for the precautionary, for this, in precaution to this, whenever it is needed to install a transformer, we will always install the transformer of rating double than the total load requirement on the load side. Okay. So let us suppose 100 kVA users are there, and we have to supply 100 kVA. So instead of using 100 kVA transformer, I prefer to go with 200 kVA transformer, so that I have a 50% spare capacity. Okay. And one more thing, you can say, sir, transformer, instead of saying 200 kVA, it is better to say 150 kVA, because all the users are not at the same time. So some of the users, some of the equipments are off and some of the equipments are on of the user. So definitely the distribution transformer cannot operate at full load, and if we try to operate at full load, then undefined user may interrupt the supply. So as per the demand, we will take an average, and according to that average we will put the transformer onto the supply line. Okay. So definitely when the distribution transformer will operate, it will operate at a less than full load, or you can say partial load. So when it is operating at partial load, then copper loss is different. And not only this, but your transformer loads are continuously changing, especially in distribution transformer. When I off my AC or I off my fan, definitely load is going to be changed, and ultimately the effect is seen onto the transformer. That transformer current is going to be changed. With a change in transformer current, definitely the loss is going to be changed. So instead of going with efficiency of the transformer at full load, we will prefer to calculate all day efficiency for the distribution transformer, as the distribution transformers are operating at different loading conditions under the different period of time. Okay. So we can easily calculate the copper loss under the operating condition. If we know about the full load copper loss, then at under any operating condition we can easily calculate the copper loss just by multiplying the loading factor X. x. Okay. So you can say, sir, operating copper loss. So I am just writing in the formula format, that is operating copper loss is equals to x square times of full load copper loss, where x is the loading factor, where x is the loading factor. Okay. So we can calculate the operating copper loss under any operating condition. Okay. We have been observed from the last lecture, that is constant losses. The constant losses are mainly dependent upon the applied voltage and its frequency. You can say core loss is dependent on applied voltage and its frequency, while copper loss is depends upon operating current. Okay.